If anyone from Hollywood is watching this video, please do not ever try to remake The Princess Bride. It's a classic. Just leave it alone.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will. So for today's retro review, I'm taking a look at a classic. This is The Princess Bride. If you've never seen The Princess Bride, I don't know what to tell you. It's a really good, really fun movie. It's very sweet. It's got a great love story between two characters, a good amount of action, and a lot of great comedy and character work between the different characters in the movie. This was directed by Rob Reiner, who directed Stand By Me, Misery, When Harry Met Sally, a lot of classic romantic comedies, and this is a romantic comedy in my personal opinion. I really do like this movie. This is a movie from my childhood, and I really do enjoy watching it. I wasn't even planning on doing kind of a review for it because I didn't feel super qualified to talk about the movie. It's one of those movies that has stood the test of time, and surprisingly, and thank God, has never really been remade. It has a certain magic or quality to it. Everyone's performance in the movie is so well done. The characters are classic archetypes. You have your star-crossed lovers between Wesley and Buttercup, but Buttercup isn't just a damsel in distress. Now, she does have her damsel in distress moments in the movie, but she is very strong-willed, and for this role being one of Robin Wright's first roles, it's actually very impressive, her performance in the movie. Carrie Ellis, who plays Wesley, most people will remember from stuff like Saw or Robin Hood Men in Tights, but this was kind of one of his first big kind of breakout movies. He's done a few smaller ones before this point, and obviously he's gone on to do a lot more movies and television since then, but I loved his portrayal of Wesley. In the beginning of the movie, he's very timid and very soft-spoken and very much as you wish, which is his way of saying, I love you to Buttercup. Once he comes back as Dread Pirate Roberts, all bets are off. He's charming, he's funny, he's a great swordsman, he's intelligent and smart. It's a really great performance. I love all of his one-liners that he has in the movie.
Now, I'll need a sword eventually.
Why? You can't even live one.
True, but that's hardly common knowledge, is it? Thank you.
What about the ROUSs?
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect. There doesn't leave much time for dilly-dallying.
You just wiggle your finger. That's wonderful.
I've always been a quick eater.
Manny Patinkin, as well, who plays Inigo Montoya, he is not necessarily a rival, but he is a hired swordsman. But he has his own motivations in the movie. He is looking for the six-fingered man who murdered his father. And most people will know this phrase, my name is Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die. That is laid throughout the entire movie. And looking back at the movie and a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, there was an interview that was done with Manny Patinkin, who plays Inigo Montoya, who was talking about the movie and the longevity of the movie and how long it's lasted. One of the interesting things that he said about his performance in the movie was that before he took the role, his father recently passed away from cancer, and this was kind of a way for him to deal with his grief. So towards the end of the movie, there's a scene where he finally confronts the person who murdered his father. There's a brilliant line where he tells him to offer him money, offer him power, offer him everything he's ever wanted, and obviously the villain was like, I'll give you that and more, and he stabs him in the chest, and he's like, I want my father back, you son of a. And when he talks about that line, he talks about it because that was his way of seeing a physical embodiment of the cancer that took his father. And I thought that was brilliant, and it was deep, but it was painful. And then going back and watching the movie and getting to that scene, I'm like, you could see it in his face. That was cathartic. That was something he needed. It was a form of grieving and processing the anger of losing his father to something as terrible as cancer. So his performance in the movie, as subtle as it was really well done, and I really love that about the movie. I really like this movie, if you haven't been able to tell by now. It is one of those movies that I grew up on. It's one of those movies that just doesn't really age badly. the dialogue between the characters is so on point, and even the comedy, the jokes, they hit so well. And it's not meant to be a satirical comedy. It's meant to be just kind of a fantasy epic. And it's just something as simple as true love, and true love conquers all. Everybody's performance in it is really good. Even Andre the Giant, who plays Fezzik, the giant in the movie, they did a really good job working with Andre's strengths to allow him to give a really funny and a really good performance in the movie, which is something I really enjoy. I mentioned the comedy in the movie and how everyone's timing is so well, it's so well done. It's even to this day to get some of the quick interplay between like Fezzik and Wesley, and when they're fighting, and when Wesley's fighting Inigo Montoya, and when Wesley's having the duel of wits with Vicini, it's just so well done. The dialogue, the character interplay with each other, and it's all just told through a simple story being told to Fred Savage, who is laid up in bed because he's sick by his grandfather. The Princess Bride is just one of those movies that truly does stand the test of time. It's one of those where it's a very simple story, but thanks to really well done characters and really well done acting and those characters being brought to life, mixed in with subtle comedy and great sequences of action and a really beautiful set as well. Overall, I really enjoyed The Princess Bride. This originally wasn't on my list of movies to kind of revisit. I just happened to see my fiance watching it, and I told him I wanted to check it out again, and he was like, oh, you should do a review on it. Well, here we go. So anyway, The Princess Bride. Have you seen it? I really hope you have. If you haven't seen it, I'm very surprised if you haven't seen it, but I do highly recommend checking it out. It is one of those movies from my childhood that I really enjoy. There's really not a bad thing to say about the movie, besides that please don't ever try to remake it, Hollywood. Leave it alone. I know Hollywood typically likes to look to the past for new IPs and stuff like that, but don't just take an IP that's existing and try to cash in on it. If you really want to redo some stuff, there's a list of a lot of older movies that didn't do so hot that could probably use a rework, or just make something new. That's my biggest thing. So I think that just speaks to how good The Princess Bride is and how much it holds up, that you really shouldn't touch it. You really should just leave it as its own thing. And I hope if you've never seen it that you take a chance to watch it. It's a really good movie. It's really fun. It's got great characters, great dialogue, great comedy in it, and some really nice action sequences too. And I highly, highly recommend it. So that is my look back or retro review of The Princess Bride. Hopefully, if you have seen it, what are some of your favorite moments? Comment down below, let me know. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this and all of my videos. I really do appreciate it. I know I shake a lot for some reason. I'm trying to figure out why. But I'm a nervous guy, and choose wisely is all I can really say. You can follow me on all the social medias listed at the end of the video. Got a ton of videos on the channel, a whole bunch of trailer reactions I just recently did, so please check those out and let me know what you think. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.